Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for December 2025. What we've got for you right now is a top 16 match. So we're getting it done when we can before people fly around and leave town and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're going to do a top 16 match. It's going to be between Tugi and Knight. Tugi, seed number 8, got a 2-round bye in virtue of his top 8 qualifier. Knight had to fight her way all the way through round 1, defeating Miles and was it Dan V? I think it was, who was it? Was it Dan V? Let me look at this. That's in my mind, like Dan V is always there. Yeah, it was Dan V. So yeah, two heavy hitters knocked out by Knight on her way here to the round of 16. Now gets to take on Tugi, and the winner of this will move on to the top 8. And we are not playing that match right now. Now, after this, right, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay. Yeah, 8 seed does not seem like such a prize now. Yeah, you put a big target on your back just sitting there in that 8 seed. But, yeah, so that is that. Now, after that, so this will probably take, an hour-ish, as, a match lasts nowadays. There's going to be a Futures Finals. That's going to be happening starting 4 hours from now. We're not going to stay online the entire time. But starting 4 hours from now, it's going to be Tyler, your old pal, who will be streaming the Futures November Finals. That'll be Jati, the keyboard roller, and Critical Lapis. So, yeah, that will be the Futures Finals. It's kind of funny because both of them are already out. Sorry for the spoilers. Already out of the December Masters event, but still have to play their Futures Final. So that's going to happen starting 4 hours from now. And then after that, we're going to have another match, just kind of picking off matches while we can. It's going to be this round 1 purple match between Alan and Somalia. So that is what we have left to do for today. There's already stuff being added to the schedule tomorrow. Thought I had an empty schedule, but nope, starting to add some stuff. So there's no rest for Tetris. But okay, that is what we're going to do. Now you know. Rules-wise, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but players do remember that these are best of 5s. First play to 3 wins is the winner of the match. You should not be receiving any in-game advice, and do not pause unless the commentator tells you to. If you do experience tech issues like OBS or internet or a computer, just keep playing, okay? Just keep playing. Don't assume that we're just going to restart the game, because we might not. It really depends on a lot of different factors and how everything goes down, and I do my best to make a good judgment. So just keep playing until you hear otherwise from me. And the winner gets what? Oh, I didn't tell you that it's level 18 start, level 39 super kill screen, uncapped score, same piece set, re-rolled. Okay. The winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $90.56. And y'all, the contribution codes are live, so you can head over to the Matcherino for this tournament and start doing contribution codes. Those are free. So what you need to do is use that Matcherino command. It'll bring up the link. Click on that. It'll take you to this landing page, or the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you can log in, and you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. Once you're in, look over on the right side of the screen. You'll see 2 buttons, one of which says contribute. Now that's where you can contribute straight cash homie, okay? So whatever, or just empty your dad's credit card into the prize pool. There's another button that should say claim code, and you click on that. And if you're logged in and you clicked on that and you're doing it with a unique account, that'll put 25 cents into the prize pool courtesy of Matcherino. And there's 50 of those, so 50 unique accounts, 25 cents per click. And yeah, Matcherino just wants to prove that we can keep getting 50 people to go to a website in a given month. So I guess we're passing muster, which is nice. Anyway, please do help the prize pool. We'd love to get to our top 8 incentive. That is going to allow us to pay our top 8, $2,000 is what it is. And, you know, we love to do it, and we love to make our goals, and we haven't missed our goals in a long time. So go over there and help us out. Help the players out. Doesn't help me. It just keeps the players coming here. And I guess if the players are here, then you're here, and then you can watch ads, and then the whole Tetris ecosystem is healthy. So please do contribute to that prize pool. And thank you to everybody who has done so far, you know, this tournament and in tournaments past. Really appreciate it. That is how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, that's something you can do. I got to sneeze. You can go to patreon.com/monthlytetris, make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going, just like the people on this slide have done. Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9, Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal, Shelby, Junior, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, Java T, Jason, Sonny, everybody else on the slide. We got a few more to add. We will do that. Yeah, and if you don't like Patreon, that's fine. There are other ways to support us. Use the support command to bring up those. Oh, I got to change the bracket command to bring up the bracket. You can just go to the November one and change the word November to December if you really want it. So I'll change it at some point today. Anyway, use that support command. Find different ways to support us. And if you don't like Patreon, yet you still want to make an ongoing pledge, you can do that by Streamlabs or PayPal. I think both of those should allow you to do it. There's also one-time ways to support us. Now, if you're over on YouTube, you've got some platform-specific ways. You've got super chats, and that is a way for your chat to be highlighted. It ensures that I see it and acknowledge it, and probably will read it, assuming it's not too cringy or inappropriate. You can also become a channel member. You can gift a channel membership. Do those by clicking join just below the video. And you can actually give multiple channel memberships as well. So over on Twitch, you've got bits. And if you accompany your message with some bits, I'll treat it like a super chat, sort of. And you can also subscribe to the channel, which is good. You get emotes and all that. You can gift a subscription to the channel. You can even gift multiple subscriptions to the channel. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription every single month to apply to the streamer of your choice. But they are use it or lose it. You cannot save or stack them, so don't lose them. Use them on us. Yes. Thank you to everybody who is supporting us in whatever way you can. And if you're not in a position right now to support us, just keep watching and turn off your ad blocker. That would be a great way to support us if you can't support us in any other way. Okay. Great. I'm going to go ahead and flop on over to our game scene, bring up our players. Should be the banana bracket, right? So let me bring up the banana players. All right, banana. Come on. You can do it. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Why is Dan V number 8? All right, well, let me bring up, I'm not sure why that. Oh, I hit 9. That's why. That's why. And then let's bring up Knight 25. And let me look at that big face, that big smiling face. And I hit the wrong button. I hit the blue button instead of the... What is happening over here? My stream deck is very slow right now. All right, so there we go. Knight. And I don't know why that is happening. So let me fix something going on with my thingaroo here. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, 20 got actuated as well. That's why. Okay. So let me just fix stencil and we will be underway. This is almost certainly not Tugi's poor stencil. Whoever was seed 8 last month is probably their poor stencil. Yeah, so there's that. And we'll fix up this cam. Yeah, who was seed 8 in November? We'll blame them. We can always stencil shame someone from the previous month. All right, Tugi. There he is. CTWC Das. All right. Feeling good. Yeah, CTWC Das. Look at that. Good shirt. Your stencil isn't bad. It's just, It's you know, we reuse these stream slots, and month to month, whoever was the previous occupant, like, you know, it doesn't you know, I had to probably over adjust their stencil, so it's not you. And seed 8 was Huffaluffagus last month, so I think Huff was on like some sort of temporary setup or something like that, so I think that's why. Okay, well, I'm ready if y'all are ready, so let's go ahead and give y'all a seed. I'm gonna drop the seed, and then I need 30 seconds. I will be right back, but here's the seed. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You know, old man problems. Okay, so let us go ahead and check seed. Make sure 8D3F27. Why are you on a red? Why do you have a red? What is happening? All right, well, we'll just go with it. Anyway, Tugi versus Knight, red versus blue, apparently. Let's go ahead and get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What godforsaken ROM is this? All right, everything looks normal now. It's fine. Well, on the left side of your screen, it is Tugi, seed number 8. Now, I don't know. I mean, this is probably among Tugi's highest qualifiers. So Tugi qualified in with a 1.53 million. I don't know. Has Tugi ever gotten a top 8 seed before just from quals? I don't know, but this is very impressive for Tugi. And maybe not exactly what he had in mind. I think he was hoping like, oh man, seed 8, major qual, and I'll get to, you know, face whatever schlub came through, you know, the first couple of rounds, you know. But instead, you know, it was either going to be Miles or Knight or Dan V. And so Tugi going to have to take on Knight in this one. Tugi from Austria has a PB, according to the robot, of 2.27 million. And was ranked number 20 in the most recent Premier poll for open playstyles. Was also ranked or tied number 4 for DAS. So Tugi on both Premier polls. Not a lot of players can say that. Tugi 102.83,000 for Knight. Tugi has, I don't know, been all over the world playing Tetris. You've seen him at the Northeast Regional this year. You've seen him at CT UK. You've seen him in CTWC Austria, which I guess is not all that far of a sojourn to go play, but CTWC DAS took place in Germany as well. And has also played in the Classic Tetris World Championship. Made it into the gold bracket 4 times, both in the online years of 20 and 21, and also 22 and 24. Also played in CTEC in the 2 online years. Classic Tetris European Championship, I think that's a PAL tournament. 3-time Mega Masters player, played in Mega Dasters this year, top 16 seed. And played in CTWC's DAS Championship in 2022, 23, 25. So you've seen Tugi all over the place. Tugi at one point did have the DAS score record as well. But now a roller, and seems to be improving all the time as a roller. And he finished, his best finish happened just a few months ago, June 2025, top 8 in CTM Masters. But ran into the buzzsaw that was Pixelandy that month. 320 for Tugi, 360 for Knight. On the right side of the screen is Knight, who is a known Canadian and known to associate with Canadians, so we got to add Knight to the list. Knight's got a PB of 4.82 million, and she qualified in with a 1.22 million. A little bit lower than you would expect and as usual, but Knight did have just kind of a technical hitch with the qual that kind of ate one of her scores there. But she fought her way through rounds 1 and round 2, got through Miles, and then former CTM Masters champ Dan V to make it here into the round of 16. Knight was ranked number 7 in the most recent Premier Poll. By the way, you can find the full results of that Premier Poll over at premierpoll.com. Premier as in first, not as in best. Right? Premier with an E is first. All right, 522 for Knight, 506 for Tugi. And Knight is just coming off a victory in Stupid Tetris Monthly, No Bars November. That was our Stupid Tetris Monthly tournament that had no long bars at all. And Knight took out Meme in the finals 3-1. And that was Knight's highest, at least in terms of what shows on Liquipedia, highest money victory in a Tetris tournament. And of course, it had to come in something called Stupid Tetris Monthly. 601 here for Knight on 19. But very impressive. Not an easy game mode at all. Isn't one of them pronounced like premiere instead of premiere? No, not in English. I mean, we're not speaking French. We're speaking English. But anyway, yeah. So Knight with that STM victory just a few days ago. And you've also seen Knight with a high finish at Genesis earlier this year, the Tetris regional in California. Knight also a 3-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, 21, 22, and 25. 10th in Jonas Cup last year. And also a former Future Circuit winner. Beat Sunny in the finals in February of 2022. Everybody's getting so old. Invictus Race is definitely, that's how you pronounce it. You say premiere. It's premiere. I went to the premiere. No one says the premiere. 777 for Knight, 723 for Tugi. Simul Tetris. Level 24. Oh, that S piece for Knight. Not going to get all the way to the left. So Knight in cleanup mode. Bar to fix it up. And Tetris for Knight, 883, 848 Tugi. And the bars are tied, or the bars tied. I mean, with the lines tied, they are 3,000 points apart. I read the setup, but not the punchline. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, your reputation is ruined. That's it. A13 for Tugi, A55. So both players with a 1.1. Knight gets another Tetris, B72. Tugi looking for one more and gets it into 29, B55. So we got a tight one here in game one of the top 16. Okay, Knight now kind of would really love a bar. The bar gets the dirty Tetris. She's still got to uncover and gets another one down. So great survival for Knight and clean as well. All right, Tugi now could use a bar and is going to block where the bar needs to go. And that is going to be a top out for Tugi at B68. And Knight is good in game number one. That's right, Invictus Rage. Your reputation is totally ruined now. You've been exposed as a philosophaster, or a, what is it? Is it sciolist? A sciolist. Yeah, you guys are making me remember all my vocabulary now. All my stupid vocabulary. A shad. Oh, I don't know if I've encountered that word before. A shad? Oh. All right, let's get these players some new pieces here. A shad is a type of large silvery migratory fish. Yeah, Invictus Rage, you are you are but a mere large silvery migratory fish. Markdra says, by the way, congrats Josh on a 100K PB improvement. I guess that's happened. That has happened. All right. What is this rum, by the way? What rum is, I don't know, it's some red rum. Red rum. All right, let's go. Game number 2. 1-3 F8 E2. Looks good. Let's go. 3-2-1 Tetris. That's right. I know words. Vandy shatted on me for not acknowledging my resub from Kingsman. Kingsman, it was 17 minutes ago. Tier 1 sub. Kingsman says, Vandy loves goals, especially the ones he can't attain, like growing hair. I mean, you should talk, Kingsman. You are barely hanging on to whatever you have here. All right, so both players starting off a little grungy, but Tetris is bringing these stacks down. I mean, Kingsman, you're like, I could grow what you have, I think, Kingsman. Okay? I just choose to, you know, I don't know, maintain some dignity. Like, anyway, thanks, Kingman, for tier 1 sub. 59 months. That is the thing that happens. You get hair, you start going bald, and if it's in a right pattern, you can sort of, if you still got hair sort of towards the back, you can sort of give yourself like a haircut like on the top back side of your head and pretend like you still have a normal haircut. That's what King's been doing right now. We all talk about it all the time, King. Maybe it's time. Or get plugs, Kingsman. Get some plugs. Whatever, man. Who cares? You can do that. You can get plugged. Yeah, I don't. What's wrong with that? Get them. Who cares? You only got one life to live. It makes you feel good, and you wanna get it, and you can afford it, and if you can find someone to do it well, then why not? Your hair is luscious. I don't know. What does luscious mean? Is that a synonym for greasy? Anyway, 134 for Knight, 166 for Tugi. You got to get Kingsman out of here. Oh, the haircut, right? Not the plugs. Anyway, SSJ says, I made the plug and acknowledged my baldness and shaved completely on your 30th birthday. Yeah, that makes sense. Just go for it. Or, I don't know. Whatever. Whatever people want to do is fine. It's fine. You think it's time for a Turkey famous hair transplant? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, some shorts or reels or whatever will show up and it's somebody getting back, and maybe it's just rage bait and there were some really good looking ones, but they're like, oh, went to Turkey for my hair transplant, and they just don't look right. 283 Tugi, 255 Knight, Dan VVVVV in the chat saying, avenge me Tugi. So Tugi looking to exact some, or Dan V looking for a little second-hand vengeance meted out by Tugi. 351 for Tugi, 281 for Knight. And I get a lot of S's here. Skimming a Tetris, Knight, 332, 357, Tugi. And so Tugi a little bit ahead in score, but also back by 8 lines right now. Chen doing some research about Turkish hair transplants. I mean, I would totally get it. I'd have no shame about it. Whatever. I would get it and admit it. Here it is. Yeah. But I don't know if I have enough, I don't even know where it would come from. Can they just take it? Can they take it off your back and shoulders? Because that would be a great place to both lose it and move it somewhere else. That would be great. 449 for Tugi, 446 for Knight. All right, Tugi's in at 497. So Tugi's still ahead pace-wise, 9 lines back, just 500 points ahead. Oh, SSJ apparently has done all the research. Chen says, my hair is still young and full. Y'all must be jealous. Yeah, I wouldn't say jealousy is the word. But, it's just something to be dealt with. That's all. You can't run around being jealous of people, okay? $630 for Tugi, $585 for Knight. I mean, I guess you can, Tugi, but it's not a good way to live. All right, so Knight here in a dig, 591. Tugi clean, skimming, Tetrising, 690. What's a good way to live? Well, that's another show. All right, so Knight trying to get set up here, and yeah, kind of taking some risks vertically, but gets a Tetris, and you know the board's starting to shore up here for Knight. 665, 809 for Tugi. Tugi 7 lines back. 60,000 ahead. Now 2 lines back and 90,000 points ahead. Knight gonna miss the line spin. Let's get life advice from a Tetris show. Yeah, I mean, really. Oh no, Knight gonna miss with that J piece on the left. And this is gonna need some attention. 895 Tugi. 775 Knight still digging. I mean, great survival so far. And yeah, she's really got to bring this down over the next like 8 lines. And a bar here would be a stellar thing. We're gonna have to knock it down with a couple of triples. So pretty good job of bringing this down and making it at least getting a chance at survival here for Knight. 812 Knight on 29. AO3 for Tugi. He's got the max. And yeah, Knight's still fighting this down. Tugi's board starting to climb a little bit. A58. Bringing it down. He's got a lead of 200,000 points. And Knight, just kind of a series of misdrops here, just kind of as she gets herself out. All right, that's going to be a top out for Tugi at A70, and Knight is not going to be able to capitalize here on the top out from Tugi on 31. So Tugi will take game number 2 and tie this matchup. All right, SSJ, I hold too much power over you, I think. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. 3E, 5E, 3-1. 3E, 5E, 3-1. You assumed she would get out of that? Yeah, I mean, if anybody can, she can. Evesy is here. Welcome, Evesy. Don't forget, there's more Tetris action later. In 3.5 hours, it's going to be the Futures finale featuring 2 players who are in Masters this month. Well, they're not there anymore. They've already been eliminated from Masters, but they're still active in last month's Future circuit. They're going to play their finals. Where does one attain the Austria ROM? Obviously in Austria. Uh, 3E, 5E, 3-1. 3E, 5E, 3-1. Good. All right, let's go. What was once a best of 5, now best of 3? Tugi versus Knight. Game 3, 3-1 Tetris. I can't say I've been to Austria. I have been through Austria, like a layover on an airplane. And already, just that, not a fan. I had a really bad experience. I guess I don't know. I guess I come across as really suspect or whatever. When was this? This would have been, I think this is on my way to Greece. My way to Athens in 2018. And yeah, they made me rip apart all my, I had to take all my luggage out, like literally everything. I don't know if I'm on some watch list. I don't know why. I'm an all right guy. I don't have a criminal record. Except for those like 19 counts of fraud that was in the New York Times that time back in April of 2019. But other than that, what's up, Suds? What are all the different levels of CTM tournaments? Sorry for not knowing. That's okay. Yeah, so top tier, top 32, they get into the Masters event, which you're watching right now. And currently, we have two sort of named tiers below that. The Futures is the next 16. Hopefuls is the next 16. And then after that, there's a series of what are called community tournaments. And they just go community tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, however many we need that month. So Masters, Futures, Hopefuls, Community, various tiers. Now, there used to be something called the Challenger Circuit, but we absorbed the Challenger Circuit into the Masters event. So everybody that is seed 17 through 32 in Masters in the past would have been in Challengers. You want to bring back Challengers? You want to just keep Masters as 16 players? I guess Knight wouldn't be playing in the top 16, nor would oh, who's in? Somebody's in. Oh yeah, Crab Rangoon would not be in. Evesy, I have a hard time just saying that one word at somebody. I'm always going to say Crab Rangoon for the rest of my life. What's up, Chen? Who do you like between the Bears and the Packers, Vandy? The Bears? Masters top 32 has saved so many possible withdrawals from salty top players. Yeah. Well, that's part of it too, right? So some players only want to play in Masters, if they know they can play for a prize. And there's no prizes for the lower tiers. So, if a top player gets 17 or below, the old system, we get a lot of withdrawals. But now they're like, all right, well, I can just win my way back up. $389 for Knight, $375 for Tugi, and more debuts. Yeah, I think that's the other thing is we're getting, there's a kind of under roll for Knight. But yeah, we get more, I don't know, a variety of different people in there, which is good. People who otherwise would not have gotten a shot on the main channel get to be on the main channel, which is great. All right, there we go. Tetris for Knight. She's set up for another one. She got some holes over on that left side. Vandy, I was driving and the truck in front of me had the license plate GOVT too big, like government too big, on the government issued license plate while driving on the government made road. Brought to mind our conversation on canonical versus modern libertarianism. Oh my goodness, suds. This is a Tetris stream, sir. I mean, it's not as if he has the option to not have that license plate or to drive on those roads. So 465 for Knight, 444 for Tugi. Colin says the only way I could be on the main channel is by being a commentator. That's true. And not even a main commentator, a guest commentator. All right, Tugi is set up there. It's a triple. And into 19, awkward, chopping. Really needs a bar, gets a bar down. That's good for a triple. Use the bar to fix the stack instead of taking the Tetris. It just seems instinctual. See if he can clear this away. Oh no, the bar to the left. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So that is going to be a top out for Tugi at 463. Had the option to take the Tetris, but I think maybe just instinctually move that bar to the left. And that is going to be a game for Knight. You respect it so much, though. Tugi, was that on purpose or accidentally? What do you think? I mean, obviously it was on purpose since you did it, but like I'm passing on this Tetris. He did. He nearly made it work. You're right. That was risky. Tyler respects it though. Tyler respects it. I tell you, says SSJ, the day they open up these tournaments to switch NES ROM in handheld mode, y'all better watch out. You can play. If you can capture it, you can play SSJ. It's already approved. You can do it. It's NES Tetris. You can do it. Now the problem is you can't play at the top level because you can't get the Tetris Gym ROM, so you can't do same pieces. But low level you can play. You can play at the lower tiers for sure. All right, looks like both players are ready. 3C7, 4C5. Okay. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. But yeah, you can play. I don't think piece sets are required at or same pieces required at Futures and below. I don't think so. I think only Masters requires it. But you can play Futures and Hopefuls and Community with just the standard NES Tetris ROM or cartridge. Last I checked. Well, there you go. See, now we're backing SSJ into a corner, right? Like, you better look out if you allow this. Yeah, it's allowed. Well. All right, Tetris for Knight, 45,000, 26,000 Tugi. Tugi's got to win this one to stay in, defend that top 8 seed. All right, got to stand up the bar, get a Tetris and another one Tugi. So 74 for him, 91,000 for Knight. False Minute is going to go get on the road to being a pro. Guys, my goal is to get on the road to being a pro. Wait, who is the oldest person to make it into CTWC Gold Bracket? Is it Corian still? Jeff, you think? So Corian last time made it into gold. Would this have been 2021? So Corian, I think, is like 1 year older than me, right? So in 2021, I would have been 44, so he's 45. Douchey says 21. Yeah, the oldest player was 21. I can't get oldest max outer anymore because I'm definitely going to max out because Sire Pinsky, right, has, Fractal's dad has a max, right? So, and he's in his 50s. so I can't get that. $321 for Knight, $281 for Tugi. Yeah, and I'm only 35, so that's a long way off. Tetris Tugi, 327, 345 for Knight. All right, we're just like 3,000 points apart, one line apart. So as soon as I get that at Das max out, it's rolling arc for Vandy, okay? I will roll. So that should happen somewhere around 2032, I guess. Oh, maybe that would be oldest max then. All right, now I have to wait to max. I'm going to go on a max out grind from now to the end of the year. So I'm going to stream some long PB sessions, you know, some PB grind sessions on monthly Tetris. I just have one thing that I have to do as a priority before then. And I'm going to do that today. And then I'm going to do it here. Tetris said, I thought old people would never max with roll, then two of them did. Who do you say is old? Sierpinski and Ronkley? Are you saying Ronkley? Yeah. Any other over 40 rollers? Matt Martin has a roll. He's not over 40 though. I don't think. Is he? He might be just 40. Yeah, he 30. He's either like 38 or 39. Like he's not 40 yet. I didn't think so. 601 for Tugi, 657 for Knight. Matt is over 40 now. I want to say he was like 33 or 34 when I streamed him in Irving, Texas. Oh no, Knight. That is going to be a top at 661. So Tugi in a chase down needs to get to 662. To stay alive in this match. And the bar goes down, and Tugi is good in game number 4. And we are headed to a decider. All right, players, take a moment if you need it. Should I run an ad? What do you think? You need a moment? Danielle says, the Vandy max out means more to me than non-gym rebirth. Oh my God. Daniel Lee, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and give these players some pieces. That's that is a seed. F90909. F90909. All right, I didn't play any ads. He just turned 40 on April 7th. All right. Well, there. And has he had a rolling max since then? Because I know he hasn't really played all that much. Oh, yeah. Here's the Austria ROM. There you go. Austria. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's check them seeds. Yes, they are good. F90909. This is it. The winner goes on to the top 8. Tugi versus Knight in 3-2-1. Tetris. Chen really rooting for the Vandy roll arc. I'm going to try really hard to... I just got to do one more assignment. And I have a couple of things that I have to do CTM-wise that I'm behind on. Try to get those done today, and then just do a lot of streaming between now and the end of the year. In between, you know, matches and things like that. But it doesn't have to happen this year. I mean, who cares? You would rather see Vandy and Masters than a double rebirth game. I mean, would I? I think so. I think I would prefer to see that because Max Grind Subathon, I don't know. I think everybody's pretty tapped right now, Tetris. Except it does help us that we're running only one tournament this month, but maybe. I guess I need help. Maybe I need some help coming up with incentives and things like that, and challenges and rewards and all the whole thing. All right, night 114. 114 for Tugi. Yeah, I think I would rather be in Masters than see the double rebirth game. I think that's true. Although I've been in Masters, but that was, you know, back in the old days where all you had to do was fog up a mirror to get in. Like one time I got in just because there weren't enough players. And then the other month, I think I just like said, well, everyone who gets it, this was November, I remember, November 2019 or 2018. It was like everyone who submits a qualifier gets to play. And so we got the most signups we'd ever had, including me. And then we had to make this massive tournament. And then, you know, very soon after that, it was, oh, well, maybe we need community tournaments now. The original Mega Masters. Yeah, I mean, kind of. So I got into those two. I think it was November, like April and November of 2018. I'm sure my qualifiers did not break 300,000. All right, Knight is set up in column 3. And waiting, skimming, and getting. So that is a skim and a Tetris for Knight. 216 for Knight, 291 Tugi here in game number 5. You're going to try and qualify for community tournament once you acquire Tetris Gym. Don't have it right now. Vandy, do you remember what seed you were with 300K or so? Oh, God. It's probably on Liquipedia, if you go back to that. 367 Tugi, 267 Knight, 100K lead. Yeah, it doesn't show, it will not show the qualifiers. Those are not on Liquipedia. But this has to be November of 2018, I would say. But I played in round 0 against T-Bricks. There were 30 players total. Yeah, you definitely can't qualify on Nestris.org. 438 for Tugi, 342 for Knight. Tugi gets one as well. T-Bricks was in Dubai. Oh, yeah, because T-Bricks won Spain. Yeah, you don't need Jim. You can just get a standard Tetris cartridge, like NES Tetris cartridge. You can also play an emulator if you want to do that, and you can find that is a essentially no cost way to do it as well. I mean, I say just get started, you know, even if you switch from emulator to, you know, whatever to console later, it's not going to be that big of an adjustment. You'll be fine. So you just start. 448 for Night, 565 for Tugi. You say, oh, I'm going to wait around until I have all the perfect equipment. Nah, don't worry about it. All right, so yeah, a bit of a misdrop there for Night. Going to slow her down a little bit. 477 for Tugi, for Night, 590 for Tugi. Square not going to get all the way over, but no big deal. Has a tuck. And Tetris for Tugi, 623. Knight is set up in column 9. Longbar gets down. There is a dirty Tetris for Knight. Colin says, I started on an emulator. Now I have 12 CRTs and 14 consoles. Yeah, I'm around that. I think I have 9 or 10 CRTs. And yeah, I don't do NES OG consoles anymore. I think they're too unreliable, and I don't want to futz around with them. 544 for Knight, 709 Tugi. Tugi ahead by 160, 170,000 point lead. Where are you getting these CRTs? I like to have all the same CRT, so I overpaid on eBay for them just so I could get the exact same ones. So don't even ask how much I paid. Why do I need 9 or 10 CRTs? Because I was running live events and intend to run a live event again at some point. Because, you know, I'm the central organizing figure of Classic Tetris Monthly. You know. 889 for Tugi, 623 for Knight. So Knight back by, 265,000. Clean board Tugi, clean board Knight. Tetris is both. Tetris Knight 756. There's another one for Knight. Tugi's got the max, A23, Knight 790. Oh, I used a lot of filler words, verbal pauses and whatnot. Too much. I need to eliminate them. But I'm trying to learn to just pause instead of using like verbal like filler words and things. I'm trying to learn to not say them. B31 for Tugi, 842 for Knight. Right, Kazanavi. All right, we're into 29. B73. And I do have some things that I say too much, like all right, and I do say a lot of that. Those are my overused phrases. B95 for Tugi, max out for Knight. So it's about a, just under 200,000 point lead. Tetris for Knight, A46, C08 for Tugi. All right, Tugi is going to top out at C16, and Knight has a chase down target of C17. If she can get to C17, she will advance, and all Tugi can do is sit and watch and wait for his fate. Board started to climb a little bit for Knight, and that T is going to be a problem, but Oh no, and that is going to be a top out for Knight, and Tugi is going to survive the level 32 top out. Tugi in a decider does just enough to outlast Knight and will defend his top 8 seeding. So GG's to you, Tugi. You will be moving on to the top 8. And you know, and Tugi, you were worried. Tugi's like, oh man, but he's on the upswing. Knight, you had a great run. You took out some heavy hitters in this tournament, that's for sure, to get your way into this top 16. So overall, a performance to be proud of. So GG's to you. And we'll be Tugi moving on. We can take a look at our brackets. This is our top 8. That's last month's. Doesn't that look nice? That looks really nice. But it's gone now. December, you are gone. I mean, November, you're gone. December, there it is. So Tugi is the first one into the top 8. And it does not get any easier, that's for sure, because Tugi will have to play the winner of Scooty versus Peak, 1 versus 16. Mr. Vandy, I humbly request that you raid my friend Stolen Short Sword, who is streaming the grand final of CTAP 2 Blue Scooty versus El Trapzone. El Trapzone. All right, I will do that. Okay, well, thanks to everybody who hung out. We do have more coming up later. 3 hours. Join Tyler for the Future Circuit finale. It's going to be Critical Lapis versus Keyboard Roller Jati. So that should be a good one. 2 Masters players this month still playing their Futures finals today. Thanks, Kingsman, for the Twitch sub. Appreciate that. Thanks to our patrons, Scott Gray, Jane, Window, Canaan, Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy Dan, Kim, Rogue Potato, Cat Kit, Javan T, Jason, Sunny, everybody else in the slide. And prize pool, we are at 91.56. So please head on over to the landing page for this tournament with Matt Chirino. Get that link up, click on it, and at least do the contribution code. All right, good? Yes? All right, let's find a way to destroy this whole thing over on YouTube. We're going to end your thing. YouTube, have a great day. We'll see you in 3 hours or 4 hours for me. Vandy, please do the seed ADE707 for the next stream. Well, bring it up to me later. Okay. All right, take care. Heinstein, AHK, Deep Bradley, Jade, Jazzy, Crayons, Mark, Dan VVV. Take care. See you later. Bye. Oh, this isn't going to, by the way, this is not going to be on YouTube. So if you want to see this Futures, it's going to be on Twitch. Okay. Bye. All right, Twitch, we'll go ahead and raid you off to Stolen Short Sword.